Yeah, it's a big threat. But now we have the Slark coming out from Gambit, and he's gonna be. I mean, we have actually seen this mid before, so we know that if the matchup is good enough, then they can put the Slark mid. But 9 times out of 10, he's going to be in that safe lane, being that carry position. Pretty nice hero. Nothing really to threat him so far. Nice slow stuns, which he can dodge from these two. And now they'll take out the Medusa on the side of Team Empire Faith. Okay, so that's your hard carry coming out from them. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything more to say about the Slark, really, other than he's kind of like a good hard carry, which can you basically hit your point, where you get one or two little.
The only fear I have right now is Gambit don't have a really good way of actually going up into high ground and taking the building. Medusa is just one of those heroes that will happily sit and defend against a racks down, against only tier 3s up, and just defend until the last minute of the game and then just run down mid. So it's like, I think Gambit need that kind of like TeaGuvnor-esque hero that can allow them to siege, because if Sark has a good game, he gets that 30-minute Shadow Blade, he's playing with his Chen, his Earth Spirit, really up in the face of Empire, but like, even if they killed them, they can't then take the next objective, so they need a real objective taker, be it the DK, be it the TeaGuvnor, some form of hero to kind of finish up their draft nicely.
Tie it up in a lovely little bow, just like you did your Christmas presents.
Yeah, big up the bows.
Yeah,
people forget about the bows. That's the thing, right? They just go for basic wrap, and then when you forget the bow's the big thing. You peel out the bow, and then boom, present. It's sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty extra when it comes to present wrapping. You know, I've got I have my wrapping, and then I've got the ribbon, then I've got the bow, and this year I had some like nice carved wooden gift tags as well. So yeah, you know.
Damn, going all out.
Yeah, when you get a gift from me, you know it's quality. The gift's shit, but the wrapping is great. That's my trick as well. You know, they see the wrapping, they're like, "Wow, what a beautiful gift," and I'm like, "Shit, done. It sucks, bitch."
It's just a toothbrush.
Exactly, exactly.
But yeah, so Gambit using up all their time here to think about the ban. I think right now it's kind of hard to say where. Yeah, I was gonna say it's really hard to say where Empire's heroes are going. Because again, like, the Venge could be 3-4-5, the Beast could be 3-4-5, the Brew could be 3-4-5, the Medusa, yeah, the Shuma's too. So right now they got all these heroes which are like, they got 3 heroes which could be in any role right now. So Gambit have to just kind of go for that kind of safe ban. It's like, okay, what hero could actually just demolish us? And they're like, all right, yeah, Rubik, we've got a lot of good spells, let's just get rid of it and not try and focus too much on where we think they're going, and just ban out a hero that should be good against us if they want it.
Way to do it. That's the way to play it. So any predictions for the last 2 picks coming up?
I still say that Gambit should have something like a DK or a TeaGuvnor.
Or a Skyrath. That's a lot of magic damage.
That's fine for Empire, but now I still think if Gambit go for the TeaGuvnor, it will then just counter the Sky and work really well for their draft.
Gonna be a Shadow Fiend. Wow, this is going to be Battle of the Squishies in the middle lane.
Okay, yeah, sure. Go for it. Sky, I guess Shadow Fiend does not the same thing, but it gives him another output of physical damage. You wouldn't expect him to go for the magic damage build this game just because there's a Medusa, and you just kind of want another big front hitter. So I'd like to see more like Sanjin Yasha, maybe just like a bit of right pick from him, but yeah, we'll see.
We shall see indeed. I mean, G is playing that Skyrath mage, and this is going to be pretty tricky lane for the Shadow Fiend to get anything from. So he's going to be relying on this jungle. You have got the Air Spirit for the rotations in, and, you know, this is one tanky, this is one weak, not tanky at all, squishy hero, both in the middle lane. And because you have that Earth Spirit, the rotations are very much more open to the side of Gambit. So I can see, you know, Afan and Jay struggling at the start, but then with a couple of rotations from the Earth Spirit, being able to take control of the game and really bringing it back with a couple of careful ganks.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Sky could actually do a lot of work, but it really depends on how the Earth Spirit plays it. Because if the Sky just overcommits and walks onto the opponent's high ground, then you get the roll into the triple raise. Then the Sky can be dying, but
yeah, but
I don't think the Sky is going to be like that aggressive. I think he's going to be aggressive enough to get the Shadow Fiend out.
I'm going to shut you up because we have the odds up on the screen. Of course, if you do fancy placing a bet down, head over to es.bet and you can put yourself down for a bit of money. And they have, if you type in W Madness in the coupon box, then it will give you an insurance on your bet on top of that as well. So head over there. Details in the description below. As we head over to us sitting here over in our little sledge. This is definitely us, and not the Russian casters.
100% us, yeah, 100% us. You know, my issue is when I see these little betting pop-ups, I'm like, wow, these guys, they've clearly seen it so many times now. They're just going to be doing it naturally. And we don't need to remind them because they're already doing it. They see the promo codes, they're
not.
already entering in the
You've
promo
got to
code.
do it. And the reindeer over there is he's going to be betting as well. He's bet his best horseshoe on this game for Empire.
He's bet his Christmas shift that that Empire's going to win.
No. He's bet on Gambit. He's a Gambit fan. Anyway, let's get into it. Game number 1, the only game, in fact, in this series, because everything is best of 1. It truly is madness, as we have Team Gambit versus Team Empire Faith, as we follow the Slark through the wilderness of his jungle, as we get started into this game. So, is it an easy game for a Slark?
Pause. Say again, sorry?
Oh, Bill, I hope we get the B-roll footage. Is it an easy Slark game? Oh, he's going to make it through. He's going to make it through. Oh, he clipped a bit there. He clipped a bit.
Big clip. And there's a site again if you want to bet, but you're already betting, so it doesn't matter. Only if you're of age. So the slot game, it's okay. Like,
cool promo code coming up as well. Of course, if you want to be in a chance of winning yourself an Arcana, head over to the WePlay website and you can shove in that code over there. And I don't know if you're entered into a raffle or it's first come first. I don't know. Just put that code in somewhere. Get Arcana, easy life. That's the bottom line.
But yeah, back to the more important point about Dota. Slark, it's not really that great of a game, just because of the Brew and the Medusa. Like if you jump onto them, the Brew will split and the Medusa will just be stone gaze, and you're kind of like crippled. So you're going to be hunting for.
That's me.
There's a little something in the jungle. You're going to be looking for the Beastmaster Revenge. Oh God, no man, Christ Almighty! Get a bit of confidence.
I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah, thanks, man.
No worries, man. I got you. But yeah, the Slark, it's very select. He needs to get the early lead, kill the supports, and then force the lead. Otherwise, it will get really hard to get the damage out when the Brew and the Medusa start scaling.
Yeah, these two heroes are going to be super annoying to bring down. Slark versus, I mean, the Raw can be annoying, but it's kind of easy to dodge. There are a few stuns to be thrown around in this game, so yeah, it's very much going to be seeing if the Slark and the Shadow Fiend between them are able to get out anything. And of course, the Arcane Bolt spam starts in the middle lane as Shadow Fiend starts taking the early damage.
There's also a ward on both sides, so the Sky, when you're scrimmage, you really want to have a ward just to be able to get that kind of like crucial. Oh look, just that Sky Bolt. Let's go in. So yeah, it's really crucial to have that ward as well.
Yeah, and also when you go for the kills as well, usually you get the double null talisman, and then the moment that courier arrives, you go for a kill with the concussive shot. And you can really never get kills if you don't have the vision up. But with a rotation in from Poshka here, they should be able to bring down Afo. Oh no, he misses! He gets the arcane bolt on the wrong creep. Luckily, he'll do it with right clicks, but he is going to die for his mistake. Big mistake from G there in the mid lane. Does get the first blood, so does get the extra money for that, but really costly there. He threw the arcane bolt at the creep if you didn't see that one, and then that does cost.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Ruins a gank. Ruins a gank. And tilts the odds as well. Who knew? So Afo takes an early fall in the mid lane, but yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you're mad about that, because you're going to get bullied in this lane anyway. You know what's going to happen, so starting things off with a cheeky kill, yeah, I'll take it. I would take it.
Yeah, like, Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes where you're quite weak early on. You then get your raise, so that like the return gank potential, if they come on you mid, is there. But then also you can just farm the jungle, so I'd like to see him, as long as he's not too punished, too shut down with like vision and jungle, he can still maintain his farm. But again, I believe the Revenge is just going on him straight away again, and this could be a Shadow Fiend dead again.
Meanwhile, down at bottom, they're going on to Dream, but yep, Afo does get dropped in the mid lane as they rotate into him. Meanwhile, Dream chasing him through the river, but Sayu is here. He's going to bring himself out of Boar as well. It's going to slow down immersion. Make life annoying.
2-0, the Circlet, and double Mango being shipped out for the Sky. Like, all he wants to do right now is annoy the Shadow Fiend.
Yep.
Keep ganking him, keep annoying him, and then your Deuce and Brew will take the game further on. Like, you're just an early game threat, and then later on in the game, if you get your Ag, your Hex, your Blink, and all the kind of cool items that you want, then sure, whatever. But right now, it's just stop the Shadow Fiend, get in his Yours, his Shadow Blade, his whatever type of Shadow Fiend he wants to play. Just stop that and shut it down.
Oops, Sand King being chased. Easy. looking for the Sand King, but he does just walk his way through the trees. Pretty tricky target to bring down.
And again, it's another one of those tri lanes. Look at that we see the Deucer when Deucer the farm will just slap in a tri lane.
That was a painful snake for the hack to take right there. It's leading the CS chart currently, but it's all very close as things stand. He's actually dropped pretty low as Maposhka comes in now, looking towards FNG. Meanwhile, the rollout from Immersion. They have a bunch of heroes down here from the side of Gambit as they look to turn this one around, going on to Maposhka. The snake going to bounce, but not going to do anything to save Maposhka.
Yeah, it's just like you're in this tri lane. Slark isn't the best tri lane hero. Like he can pounce, he can stop TPs and do that stuff, but he doesn't really want to face so much aggression and also
roll in, but will not connect on G. So G will be okay. It's funny, so earlier on in the game I was very confident that they would be making the rotations onto the Skywrath in order to help Afo catch up, but actually they can't. That was the first rotation in from the Earth Spirit, but it feels like they can't really rotate in their Earth Spirit from the bottom lane because it's so aggressive down there.
Yeah, exactly. And also the Shadow Fiend doesn't provide much to the mid gank until he's like level 5 when he has 3 points in raids. So it's like, yeah, you can take your time there, but the Sky most likely will just live, just reset and come back to lane. So it's better to let the Shadow Fiend accept being ganked a couple times, get more out the side lanes, and then let the Shadow Fiend get his levels, then move to the jungle and kind of catch up. Like if you take too much priority in keeping him fine, your Slark won't farm at all. Your like all these little smaller things that you don't really think about that occur.
He just took a big creep. That's annoying. Yeah. Half Ninja dropping low in the middle lane once again, does have the one, but misses the raise onto G as Immersion comes in around the back. Nobody is going to die in the end here in this middle lane, but Scarif doesn't have himself a salve, so he'll have to go over. But there's no shrine. Oh yeah, shrine in 9 seconds. He's good. He's good. He knows his timings.
Shrine up in a couple seconds. Boop.
I'm excited to see this Shadow Fiend come into play though. Is he actually going to work as a hero? Is he being too shut down in the lane? I don't know. We're going to see.
I honestly don't think Shadow Fiend's really much of a hero currently. There are some games where obviously you're a little bit dominant, you get carried away, but I don't know right now. Again, just going on the Deucer.
Yeah, just chunking down the Juicer. Out of mana, does eat the wand, but will actually escape thanks to Maposhka's rotation in to Sayo. Maposhka chase back the side of Gambit, and they will have to just get back to farming. But Slark's still doing very well, and it really looks to be that Gambit are winning all 3 lanes right now. Things looking kind of convincing for them. Empire feeling the squeeze a little bit. As I mean, I guess the Shadow Fiend's died at mid a little bit, but he's 29 to 19 on CS, so that difference is being made up by the creeps right now.
Yeah, Skyruff, he can zone the hero, but he can't really like stop farming. If Shadow Fiend has enough regen, he can just heal back up, raise the creeps, and then just move away back to the jungle. Like it's not, you either have to kill him, make him TP back, kill him again to shut him down, or you're just going to annoy him. He's still going to farm, but he's just going to be a little bit annoyed and be a little bit stunted. Again, we're slowly going on to the Medusa bot lane again.
They're looking for him. I know the way they roll into Sayo, they just completely ignore him because they want this Juicer, but they do find that kill. It did take a rotation in from Afterlife, but worth it. How do you say Afterlife's screen name right now? Ooh, jumping in, Sayu. Nice pounce as well, and Sayu is taken short care of.
I'm trying to find it.
He's old. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the camera moving so fast.
Oh, Afo in the mid lane, gonna get stunned up by Maposhka, and that's him taken care of once again. They find the Shadow Fiend at mid, and Maposhka trying to keep this catapult alive as best she can, but taking a lot of damage for it. Now BZZ comes in and says, "Take me, take me."
Another classic brew where you get your 6 and you're instantly playing with your team. You want to assert the dominance with your early ult. They kept the catapult alive so they can do it, and the Shadow Fiend doesn't provide anything until he has items. The Slug doesn't provide much until he has
bottom lane, they're going on to Sayu again, and they find him under the tier 2 tower almost as they push in deep and get the Beastmaster again, just really beating down Empire quite hard this game, I feel.
The saving grace of this game so far is Slug's actually getting a good amount of kills, and also Sanking is having like an uncontested time in top lane.
I think Gambit are well ahead this game.
Well, CS-wise they are. Like, in terms of when they come online, though, it's going to be a little bit later because the Shadow Fiend needs like a lot more items, right? Technically, you can say Sky's already online for his early game kind of dominance. He's got 4 nulls. He's going to go get his mana. He's going to go ganking, right? So.
I don't know. That's my problem. Like, I don't see. I don't consider this a win for Empire at mid because they've just had to rotate this Vengeance so much, and because of that, their side lanes have suffered. And
yeah, for sure. That can be. It's how they move it forward though, because the Shadow Fiend can't really do much until he's farmed up. So the Shadow Fiend needs about 10 minutes of farm, right? And the Slark, once he gets his Shadow Blade,
Koshka gets rolled upon, as then comes the Penitence as well. The increased attack speed from Koshka is dealt with up here at top, and Gambit finding kills all over the map. Currently 6 and 3, not huge. Burrow Strike going to come in onto the Medusa. Oh dear, that was not a good TP. Does have to throw out the Stone Gaze. Going to be able to purge off onto Hack as well. The second one going to come out and freeze the Slark solid. But there comes a rock, there comes a Burrow Strike, there comes a right click, so the Hack will find it again. It's agility as well, stacking up on that boy.
Yeah, so with the Slark, the saving grace right now is the Slark's having a good game and can move around the map and get these types of pickoffs with the Sand King. So they need to alleviate the pressure from the Shadow Fiend so that he can catch up, and then when it gets to around about the 15-16 minute mark, the Shadow Fiend can join his team with some items, with some presence. Otherwise, if he's still farming whilst the Slark wants to fight, then your whole team's going to be staggered. It's like, okay, one has to jungle, but it's not like an anti-mage jungling, it's a Shadow Fiend. It's like, oh, it's not like kind of that big late game winning hero. He's like a mid-game-esque type hero that you want to be on lines.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't really felt much of the impact of the Brew. I thought he'd have maybe pressured towers more with his ult, and just obviously not ulting for the tower, but ulting for the space to allow others to go for the tower. So
yeah, ulting. I mean, you don't want to come and take a fight if there's a Brew who hasn't ulted.
No, of course.
In that lane. So yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't you worry.
Thank you very much.
Gambit making their way over, roll again, making sure. Oh, that was stylish. Gets the rune as he goes past. Well, Afterlife forced to Burrow Strike away from BZZ.
BZZ's kind of wandering around the map. There we go. Push it in, mate. You got it.
Yeah, it seems Tanky actually TP's up to top. Meanwhile, Koshka AFK next to the rune. Checking his Facebook.
Quickly googling, what does the purple rune do? Ah, it makes me go invis.
Meanwhile, AffNJ getting jumped upon here. Stun is out as well with the Mystic Flare. That'll be enough to bring down AffNJ as G gets himself a tidy little kill onto the Shadow Fiend. Meanwhile, they're still looking for the return kill here. G silenced up FNG, and now comes in Dahak as well, brought back by the Chen, and now they look towards Miposhka. He's going to die. BZZ fighting it up as best he can. Has a split available, is going to use it, but to what avail? As Dahak's just getting himself away. He's got that Dark Pact available, trying to just run, but BZZ, he's chopping him down. He's getting him low, but there comes the Shadow Dance coming out from him. Meanwhile, Sayu getting started on the low ground here. Raw comes out onto Immersion. The Dream is here as well, going to freeze him solid, turn him to stone, and Immersion is taken care of. Now Afterlife needs to be careful, but Affo is back. He is respawned and ready to fight. They look towards BZZ. He's out of that ultimate form, and they find that kill. Dahak has gone godlike on the Slark.
This Slark is just popping off right now. This Slark is... They have no answers right now. The Sky commits so deep for the Shadow Fiend, and then the Slark just cleans it up.
Found on the high ground. Nice little kill from Empire there to return this one. At least get something on the end of the fight anyway. But yeah, still a small drop in an ocean which they need to fill back. Mostly the Slark, who's yeah. It's the kind of fight which Slark loves, you know. It just goes on for a long time. He can keep seeing that agi. He can keep re-engaging with the Shadow Dance and with the regen he gets from that. Feels very, very nice to play Slark in those kinds of fights.
Yeah, for sure. Again, the fear for Radiant right now is your Shadow Fiend is like a walking creep. Like, he's doing literally nothing. So they need to change that up and they'll be fine. Unless the Slark just completely carries him, but...
Yeah. I'll roll forwards onto Sayu. Kicking him back into the Sand King catch. And he says, yes, please. And goes to the Burrow Strike, and Sayu will be brought down.
Poshka as well. Overstaying his welcome, potentially. Oh, yep. Get me that permanent agility.
Yeah,
don't
he's
go
ready
for
it. Pounce comes in. There's the purge. Quickly comes off. That wasn't even stun him to him. Anyway, finds a kill onto... and that's 10 stolen agility.
Back, lads.
A full blade of agility on this Slark. Blade of Alacrity, sorry. My mistake.
It's fine, no worries. So, look, the Shadow Fiend just farming, the rest of the team smoked up.
Going to go into the third-person view of the Brewmaster on that drunken brawler. Love and life.
The animal cruelty, close up of him just slapping up the birds.
On the mid lane, though, Mystic Flare comes out as G is brought down to Hack, finds another. He's really getting out of control this game.
Yep, this is actually a really strong Slark performance so far. Again, the heroes that he can kill are Beast, Venge, Sky, and the heroes that he's killing are those three. The odd occasion he gets the Deucer kill, but like, yeah, really good performance right now from the Slark.
See this kill again in the middle lane as they roll in onto G here, stun follow through as well. He does pop the Mystic Flare, but what does it matter? It doesn't do a damn thing.
Well, and Boschka moving in as well, trying to get some deep wards out under the cover of smoke. Again, I just really like the Beastmaster fact that you can always get the vision out with the Hawk. It's so good.
Dire's middle tower is under
Afo just hanging out in this bottom lane. He's actually going... Is that a mech on... No, surely not. Must be looking at another hero. You know, up at top.
Radiant's top tower is under
Pushing hard on the tier 1. Afo pushing hard on the bottom tier 1 as well. So they are looking to trade towers here. It is mech on Shadow Fiend.
It is a mechanism on Shadow Fiend. He's potentially going even for the Greaves. I believe it's quick by said, so...
Okay, he wants to purge off that silence and I guess considers that BKB or Manta are too mainstream for Afo.
I think he just understands that he's providing nothing to his team right now, and if he gets the mech or something to work with his team, then he could actually be useful for the early game pressure.
I mean, it's true, isn't it? As they just annihilate the Medusa in the middle lane with that epicenter initiation, and now the Poshka goes down quickly as well as Afo and Jay. Just trying to get these races off onto these little Brewlings here, see if we can clear a couple of them up and maybe open up a kill on the melee one, but it's not going to happen. BZZ comes back to normal. Burrow Strike is out, silence to follow. BZZ getting taken down. There comes the ultimate from G, but Dahak is out of there quickly. Raw used onto Immersion, but Dahak is chasing. Immersion dies, and with him, BZZ goes down as well. G, Burrow Striked up. He actually falls through on this. Dahak needs to be careful. He realizes this. Trying to
really
back himself
disciplined
away.
from the slug there. Really disciplined.
Yeah.
Just instantly again, I was like, I don't need to get in your face. I'm probably going to die just to one bolt because you got so many nulls in the Kaya, so good work from him.
Yeah, it's been happening in 1 or 2 pub games where Shadow Fiends have been building a mech into Greaves.
Yeah, I honestly think that again, it sounds like Flame, but the Shadow Fiends had such a hard game. If he just goes for these early game items, be it only maybe just the Greaves, if you stop at Greaves and go back for normal items, it allows your Slark to have something to help him continue like dominating the game, right? If he goes for a drum or an SMY, Manta, BKB, Shadowblade, they're such selfish items that he isn't synergizing with his team. Now he's actually a component of his team's aggression, so it should be good. Well, you just seen it, it was working, right? So
middle tower is under attack.
It's, yeah, I mean, I'm wondering how long this effectiveness is going to keep up, but obviously it's the plan. Oh no, G shows himself in the top lane and he's going to be brought down very quickly. The swap going to break him out of the tether of the Slark, but Slark can just chase him down on foot, no problems. And now looks to him a Poshka as well. Doesn't last particularly long himself, and there's a mech from the Shadow Fiend to heal everybody up afterwards as well.
Sky really suffers from heroes with a lot of mobility that can kind of just get on him and surprise him. Normally, it's like these squishier kind of heroes he capitalizes on and just blows them up. But a Slark, get in the fight, out of the fight, and you can just get on top of the Sky. And you don't want heroes touching you if you're Sky.
No touchy. As they go on to BZZ here in the middle lane, and
No
BZZ is very, very touchied. And,
that's 14 stolen intelligence, mate. My Christ almighty.
That's
Stolen intelligence at 14. Yeah, 14 at 17. That's a lot. Simple.
14 intelligence. Yes, that is quite a lot.
I meant Agi.
Yasha as well.
Agi, not intelligence. I got so confused by my pronunciations.
Ironic.
Wait.
Well, with that Yasha as well, guy's currently sitting on well, a lot. That's all you need to know. It's a lot. It's a lot of Agi he's got. There's a FNG immersion will come in. They're going to teleport the Slark into them, I think. I'm not sure who's got. Yeah, it's actually the Sand King. And the 3 go marching for their gank. Gank in third person. Yeah, it looks like it. There's action going along. I hear some spells. He throws a rock. He's rolling into the fight. Oh my god, I'm having a seizure. Well, Dahak ulting up, trying to bring down Dream here, and Dream, no more mana left, will be in the grave as Dream does a drop. Now they look for more, but Empire trying to disengage as quickly as possible, but they finally connect the roll. It comes in, and G is dead. Gambit are walking all over Team Empire Faith right now as Dahak taunts his way back to the creeps in the top lane. I guess the one saving grace right now is that they can't actually push very well. They've got no push in their lineup.
Yeah, for sure, but it's like the way that they're taking this game right now is they're soon going to have so much map control and you'll be so scared of the Slark that you're not going to be able to contest key objectives like Roshan, like these outer towers. And soon, like, your Deuce doesn't really do anything right now. It's like he needs 2-3 items to be there to fight the Slark. So I think just taking a good fight.
They're coming in, the Venge, Wave of Terror, use the Brew as well, throwing down that Cinder Brew, trying to convince them not to do Roshan. Gambit doesn't take them much persuading as they now back out of the pit and go for the smoke. They're going for the wraparound. Afo going to stay inside the pit. I think he's just trying to bait something out here as they go in deep for BZZ and they find him. No split for Yusa. Does get the buyback. TP's to Shrine. Willing to try that one again. Afo pumping that ultimate. 4 Null Talismans and 1 Kaya. The
Great for blowing something
dream,
up, but as soon as someone touches you, see you, mate.
Yeah, it's a pretty much nuclear explosion, and they actually drop everything on Dahak. Oh, good lord, he is dead very quickly. Now Gambit are fighting without their sword as they have to throw down that split. Immersion taken care of, and Empire looking for more. They're coming up onto the high ground here. They found the Sand King. They lift him up. They'll allow Miposhka to get nice and close for that stun. FNG trying to do something from the sidelines here. Nice little blink, actually, from the Sand King. That doesn't do damage when it lands, so they were able to do that one.
Half HP.
Oh dear. Sand King thinking about it, but he's under the Hawk and he's still got 4 seconds on his blink dagger. So FNG wants to give them sight. They're actually going to pull up the epicenter, blinking in, going for the finish on Roshan. Who's going to get it? Goes the Radiant, but Dream picks it up. FNG is dead, and now the Raze is coming into pit from Afo. They bring down one, but the stun is out onto the Shadow Fiend. He's got the wand, but that's about it. His Greaves are still on cooldown as the Arcane Bolt is going to chase him down. Meanwhile, Dream just going to pop that Ollie, trying to get himself out of this one as Afo does drop. Now they turn to Immersion as well. The Earth Spirit being beaten up, trying to get the roll away. Might be successful. The right click does actually miss onto the high ground. Dahak joining the fight. G is dead. Who else can Dahak find here? Well, it's Miposhka dragging the creeps back. Dahak going in for the kill. Miposhka knows he's dead, sees if he can get a cheeky one to Immersion, but that's not happening. And there's going to be 3 heroes dead from Empire, but they did interrupt that Roshan. That is going to be no Aegis on the side of Gambit. Could that buy them enough time for their Medusa to come online?
It does slightly slow down the pressure of Gambit. The Deuce is now somewhat caught up with the farm. Again, it doesn't show on the net worth, but Deuce was around about 2,000 behind. She's down around about 1,000 behind, so it was slightly better for her to get into those fights, get a couple of those little pickoffs, and now it's slowly building towards one of those games where we can't go high ground into a Deucer. Our Slark's really good outside the base, but going into high ground, he does literally nothing. Yeah. So if Empire can keep holding off and keep getting this Deucer little pockets of farm, potentially, if they draw out long enough, maybe they can. I'm worried if they take one bad fight, then it could just, like, you could just lose some key objectives, but it could be done. It isn't all over yet.
Not over yet.
But you know what? Soon is over. That promo code that just disappeared.
Yep. Hope you wrote it down. If you carved it onto your skin.
Oh, gee, Christ! No! Just go on the website. That website and put it in. No need to carve it in your skin. That
mate. Website? You mean WePlay?
Yeah, I'm setting you up. Come on.
I don't know the website though. It's down in the description. I don't know. Find it yourselves, you lazy.
I didn't know. That's why I set you up for it. I think it's WePlay. Yeah, it's WePlay.
WePlay.com?
Uplay. Yeah.
Cool.
No, I think it's .tv actually.
Oh, .tv. Jesus,
link in
stop
description.
Misrepresenting. Yeah, description. Yeah, don't listen to T. He's an idiot.
Wait, or Nomad. You've also scuffed this one, mate.
I know. I never even pretended to know what it was, though. I never tried. I just told him to look. Anyway, Dahak with the double damage rune, but feeling a little bit hurt from the last engagement where he just got completely annihilated. To be fair, he did try and run an entire team using only his Dark Pact, which didn't really work out too well for him.
Yeah, he kind of just got stunned into a Skyrophol, and he
did have the purge going off, but unfortunately,
we're a little bit too late.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there in time. Well, He's looking, but unfortunately, his victim is already TP'd out. They're all hanging out down in the bottom lane.
Dire are scanning.
Again, it's the Shadow Fiend going for this Greaves. It's a good item, just to generally be a little bit tanky, but his next key items, like, is the way that he progresses from this kind of defensive item is also quite key, because he might be the answer to taking the high ground, and if he itemizes for it, then it should be fine. But again, if he keeps going for this, for example, if let's say he went for a Yules, then yeah, that's pretty bad. I hope he doesn't. I'm sure he won't.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll have a little gander. What's he buying? He's going for a Manta. Yeah, that's fine. Slowly turning into a harder to kill, somewhat right-clicky Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. They're just stopping off for the... Don't really know what the idea is behind the Guardian Greaves, but I guess it purges off that silence, which is very important for a Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, and it's that extra little bit of HP for the Slark. Like, how many times is your Slark running away on like 100 HP and you're like, oh! And now it's like, hey, he's now got a Greaves on top of that 100. Again, they're closing out the map though, it's raining very slowly, getting that deep vision in the jungle, moving together so you just don't get picked off. So I wouldn't be surprised if they move into mid lane, try and force something there, or even just continue farming for a little bit, just to make sure that when they take the next fight, they're fully ready. Even waiting for the BKB on Slark, he's around about like 900 gold away from it, so they're not rushing too hard to go in, because they know that if they do lose the next couple of fights, the game's going to become much harder. So it's like, play slow, take the perfect fight for us, then we go high ground. Yeah,
absolutely. And, you know, this Medusa, she is farming away. She's getting fatter and fatter by the minute, gaining in girth every minute this game goes on. And Gambit are very aware of that. They're playing accordingly. Immersion being pinged out on the high ground, but there's the swap! And Immersion actually ends up exactly where he started because of the way the roll works, but they'll just jump on top of him and blow him up all the same. No chance of survival from that Earth Spirit. Yeah, he'd already started the roll, therefore technically he was rolling, and when you swap him, he continues the roll regardless. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take that.
Radiant's middle
Very quick
tower
odds
is
flashing up
under
on your
attack.
screen there. And
Oh,
an promo code as well. They're spoiling you today, guys.
Yeah, last game of the day, absolutely spoiling you. 509WA. Wow.
Well, Affo cleaning up this middle lane, now has himself that Manta style, so 2 debuffs on himself. And even going for the BKB next, so very defensive, but at the same time, you know, can use it. Meanwhile, BZZ being jumped on in the bottom lane. The split is forced out. That's what they came for. Now, can they get out on everybody as well? Afterlife trying to run away from this will be thrown up into the air. TP's coming in thick and fast. They want this Scorpion, and they're going to try and get it. And I think they certainly will, but the heal comes out, keeping the Sand King alive. One more right click will be required from the Medusa. Bow striking through the trees. Sand King, no, BZZ's on him, but he's in Viz. He can't find the right click, and BZZ needs to get back to the fight. Meanwhile, they're able to take down Immersion. Not a good fight from Gambit, all things considered. And the Sand King's still here, and they want him. They got the sentry down, a couple of right clicks. He realizes he could be in a bit of trouble, but the team's coming in to hack. They blow up Maposhka very quickly. Sayu, now the attention is onto this Beastmaster. Dream just trying to run away. They will blow up Sayu with the right clicks from the Shadow Fiend. Now roll forwards as well. Dream, he gets Burrow Striked up, and Dahak is on top of him. Manta is used. Behold, Dahak's even used the Pounce. Silence up on Slark. It doesn't matter. They take down Dream all the time. The Medusa is gone, and Gambit take themselves 3 kills and should get themselves a tower for this as well. But the creeps are being dragged
really
away.
far back on bot, so
the
I'd
Venge
prefer if
Spirit.
they go for mid.
Yep, moving across now. Sensibly done.
That was a really good kind of a lot of patience from the Sand King. He's on really low HP. He stands something to the side, and rather than just TPing out, he's already got quite a lot of regen from the pipe as well. And so he just sits there, waits, and then he comes back in, reinitiates. It's really good discipline.
Strike onto G here, roll forwards as well, and they take short work out of G, feeling like a forward. Actually, he's the 2. And they get Maposhka as well, who's just inside the base. Quick blink out from the Beastmaster there. Or the Brew, I'm not quite sure which one it was, but all the same.
Yeah,
Gambit, as you said,
they can come high ground now.
finding that fight and now just getting their funk on as they walk all over Empire and up onto the high ground.
They don't have split, they have raw though, so again, they're just going to freely be able to take this Rax. If they want to try and contest, I don't know how well it will be. Yeah, I'm sure this is a free Rax.
Yep.
You just lose the game if you lose this fight here.
Manta from the Ash Shadow Fiend helping out quite a lot with the pushing side of things as well. And of course,
Yeah,
Slark,
also-
fresh out of a fight, has loads of agi, so he can rip through towers as well.
Yeah, I also forgot to mention the buyback on the Osprey was really crucial there. Some people, when they die, they're just like, oh, whatever, let's just get back. But the Osprey instantly knew, we're going to take this fight. My Sand King's ready, he's waiting. I'm just going to buy back instantly, roll in. And Osprey's one of those heroes where he can just TP Shrine and he'll be out of the fight just because he can constantly roll with such a low cooldown. So, really good buyback from Immersion as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Medusa still doing her best to try and farm up some of these creep camps. Now herself a Skadi, actually. Not quite sure where she pulled that one out from. But it's only a Skadi and Manta build, so maybe a little bit underwhelming.
Pause.
A little bit of a pause out, yeah, as Chen disconnects FNG. What is,
Do you want to make a prediction?
stuck in his keyboard?
Okay, so cinematic. Are we getting to Father Christmas, the monkey, and the child on the sleigh?
I reckon we'll get down to ring around the Christmas tree.
Ooh, that's a bit bold response. We'll see. I
Maybe
think
the
we're only
monkey-
going to stay in cinematic.
Maybe with the monkey with the bananas. That's only for the end.
Oh, okay. No. I'm going to say it again. The world's so flat. Oh, thank God. I can hear the unpause. Woo! Don't have to go down that line of questioning again.
Yeah, we're very much bored of that conversation, T. Please stop mentioning how flat the earth is.
I'm so ready to talk about this for hours. How
You know that-
boring it is.
You ever heard of a plateau? Or a plateau?
Yeah.
Radiant's
Boring.
It's a plateau.
Boring geographical.
That's what it is.
No.
Oh, is Sven taking the hawk every time he sees it?
Did you say Sven?
Oh, did I? I meant Chen.
Could be.
Probably
I
is.
guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why
looks
not?
like it. Yeah, yeah.
He is. Yeah.
That's very naughty. The hack jumping
Radiant's bottom
around.
tower is under attack.
Posh could actually split off from the rest of the team, but they want the big fish.
Nice
Lark
TV.
is searching, but everybody is gone already, so the hack will be left empty-handed. Lark brought back towards that Chen. Hello, sir. Yes, I would like to farm this part of the map. Oh, no, actually, I want to go for a gank. Alrighty.
I want to kill everybody.
Yep, in they go. There is a ward here to hack invised up, but they see him with the sentry down. I'm assuming that's sentry. Borrow strike in, goes on to BZZ. To hack does not land the leap though. Nice little 4-staff out from Sayo as well.
He's not the hero you want to be going on. You won't be able to kill him quick enough before he gets ult.
Yeah.
Also, it's key to note that Chen, you can see his items, the way that they've changed the hero, he's now going for like Glimmer. He's now just like he just enables one core to stay alive, heals them up, makes them a little bit tankier to magic damage, and he's not the old-fashioned Chen where you're just running around with a large amount of creeps.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's refreshing to see his hero.
Yeah, agreed.
He still has them, right? Like he's about to bring in some, and soon. Oh no, he brought the Slarkin instead.
Yep, grab that double damage rune. Thank you very much.
And that's another Hawk coming in.
overhead. Yeah, giving them so much useful information though. They know that Roche is up now. They know that Gambit are positioned around it as well, so they need to be bringing over some heroes of their own. And into Roshan we go, using that double damage onto Hack. I mean, they have got that Hawk up, so they know this is going on right now. But there's not much they can do about it. Or is there? They're coming in. They're coming in as
they have
5.
to.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments that you have to take the Roshan fight.
This fight could go well for them. See where the initiation is. Swap out onto the Sand King. They're dropping everything for this guy. Mystic Coil used. Mystic Flare. And they will finish off the Sand King. Is this enough to scare off Gambit, though? BZZ into the pit, just checking on Roshan, seeing his health. The hack still hanging around. Invis.
Under attack.
Looking for a way to get into this fight. Sand
Another
King
key
actually
buyback
glides
from the Sand
back.
King.
Yep. This
But
is
no
good,
split
though.
now. This is really good for Gambit.
Yeah, absolutely. The hack taken to the front lines here. Dark Pipe being used. Ultimate as well, even being thrown out. They're trying to jump onto Dream. Dream going to use that ultimate. The Stone Gaze been thrown out onto everybody, forcing them back. Sand King gets stunned up on the foot of the base. Can they get the die back off out of him? He's dropping low. Yes, he is going to die to the Arcade Prodigy, but BZZ going to turn around and die as well. FNG is out of the fight. Dream surrounded by everybody. The ultimate comes out. Afo popping that BKB, trying to get the damage off onto this Medusa, but the swap is out, getting her to safety. Where did the
Just finally
Venge
starting
go?
to do some damage.
Oh, Venge died. She died as she swapped, I think.
Yeah. She became the illusion as she died.
Yep. Alrighty.
Again, this is pretty bad for Gambit now. Sanking doesn't have buyback, and they can just go back into Roshan. So.
Yep, this is kind of painful. No Chen as well, 15 seconds. So Dahak gonna try and go for the steal here. Can he pull it off? The stomp is out. Fonjay is in as well. Stream pauses, and the Aegis actually goes to Afon and Jay as they jump onto Dahak. Dahak trying to dark pack out of this one. Meanwhile, Fonjay dies once, but comes back into the fight.
All the
silence up and brought down. Afo is dead twice. Dahak as well in a lot of trouble. Empire Hope may have just turned this one around. Empire Face.
Yeah, Faith, mate. Hope's the one that's actually
nope, not
came second. Faith are about to come potentially third in the group with this victory.
Very unfortunate. I think that's like literally the only time the stream is buffered, and it had to happen right as Roshan died, but all the same. Gambit, they're going to have to throw out some buybacks if they want to keep these racks here, which is very, very painful for them. It's a bitter pill to swallow, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's happening. As we said, it's the slug is now getting to the stage of the game where he's struggling to get his damage out, and especially when you're sanking diebacks, it's like you don't have the control as well. So Slark is now entering the potentially dangerous period of the game where he might fall off just to the Deucer alone.
BZZ can't get it off, cancelled twice. BZZ inside the base is dropped. 76 seconds without him. Maposhka goes to the start onto Dahak, but the Dark Pact is out. They're looking for more though. They don't care about Maposhka. They want to get Dream, or at least Dahak does. Emergent trying to play around the supports as Dahak runs forwards here. Sayu bashing in from behind, even using that Dark Pact. Gonna get frozen just for a minute there. Nicely done. Connects with the pounce. Frozen again. And now the missing coil comes in. G is here as well. Dahak needs to be careful. He's used all his spells to get over here. Invis up, and there comes the ultimate from the Chen as well. Dahak waiting to go back in. Now jumping onto Dream. Dream surrounded, being attacked from all directions. The Medusa goes down. The snake is dead. 82 seconds. No buyback. Gambit might well find themselves on racks. Maybe even a little bit more here as their top lane being pushed in. G forced back to defend this. Only 2 heroes left alive though. 30 seconds until BZZ is back. He will have that split available when he's back in the game, but still, Gambit, they bite back hard, and they might actually get some structures from this. They're not pushing though. They're going to the top lane. They want to go for the tower. They don't care about arranged racks.
Yeah, for sure. They need to open up these tier 3s to be taken. If you just go mid, you're not really achieving anything. You're just taking a range and whatever. So, again, Empire, they take a good fight, and then it's just the way that you can't get out. Like, as soon as they do the double buyback, it's...
After a fight where he just got a shit ton of edging
exactly.
as well.
It's just scary. And Deucer doesn't have buyback as well.
Yep, they are going to back themselves out. 10 seconds until Avenger's back. They're respecting that, but if anybody shows their face, they might well find themselves...
And also, Avengers taking away the mid-creep wave. I know it doesn't do anything, but I don't know. The small things in life.
Yep.
I'll take your tribute.
Well, both shrines going to be taken. And they're cementing Gambit's lead a little bit further as they now have 2 lanes pushing in for them at all times. But, I mean, again, you're against a Medusa. It's hard.
For sure. It's going to be a hard one. If the Deuce is alive and they take the fight on their favour, it's going to be hard to get into the high ground. But again, all these fights that Empire are taking are outside of their base. So they lose the fight, they get punished because then they lose the objectives. It's not like they're not playing super defensive where they're just like, okay, hold the high ground, let them come to us. It's we're confident to leave our base, but it's overconfidence, which means that when they do retreat, if they don't retreat quick enough, they get picked off and then they lose another lane of racks.
Yep. That's the big risk. Mounts are being used in the mid lane, sending those illusions down. So, who's gonna win? TeaGuv.
Bit bold. Part of me wants to just say Gambit, just because the way that they are winning these fights it's like 50-50, but I just think the Slug, they're going to get that one good fight and be able to just clear them out. But then, the Deucer factor. I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to say Gambit are going to win. It's going to be a hard win, but they're going to win.
Alright, okay. I'm with you on that one. I don't think the Deucer's got what it takes, because it's just a Deucer. And the Skywrath, I don't know, man. I don't think he does enough.
You say it's just a Deucer.
What's he building?
It's a Shadow Fiend with Manta BKB Greaves. It's...
Sky currently has... Okay, he's actually going for the Aghanims. So he's picked up the Aghanims and the Yasha and Kaya. And going for
He's going to probably go for a Hex after that. It's probably the natural build that you'd want to go for. Again, the quiet part of the game now. The teams are just kind of sticking together, pushing out the lanes.
Yeah, the next fight decides so much. I mean, if Empire lose it, then they may well just lose the game. If Gambit lose it, then it's very hard for them to pull it back.
Oh, Empire actually have buyback on Deuce's Sky and, yeah, just those two, sorry. And then Radiant only have buyback on Earth Spirit, so... It's the buyback wars right now. Gambit are trying to dodge the fight, get their buybacks back, keep the lanes pushed, keep Empire just running around their own side of the map.
BZZ hitting some creeps. They're just waiting. They're just biding their time. It does look like Gambit are all grouped up together right now, with just the Sand King pushing out the bottom lane. The nice thing about the Chen is that you can send heroes to push out lanes, even TP them out, and they will be able to come back to you with that persuasion. I think teams might be coming into contact with one another right now, though.
They see the Shadow Fiend and for a glimpse, and they're like, alright, smoke lads, let's have him.
Yep, but they're very much aware of this on the side of Gambit. What are they walking into? Well, Gambit have actually moved back into their own jungle right now, so Shadow Fiend moves himself quite sensibly away from the side of Empire. I'll see these wards and get the D wards out, and that will alert Gambit to their presence well and truly, so confirm their suspicions that they don't want to be this part of the map anymore.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see Gambit dodging like this and making sure they aren't just accidentally getting picked off, because even one hero going down here, Empire will have the confidence to go in, and I'm sure obviously this level of they're going to be timing buybacks, so they're going to know Shadow Fiend and Slark don't have buybacks for another 2 minutes 20-ish. You'd hope so. Maybe they didn't time it. Maybe they're just kind of playing it by ear. Like, maybe he's back. But again, taking this 2-2 is really crucial. Empire trying to force them back by running down the mid lane, but I don't think Gambit really care until this tier 2 falls.
Well, they're making their way back, surprisingly.
Fair enough.
Well, I'd agree with you, but it seems that they...
Oh, there we go, yeah, no. The Sand King goes back in just to secure that the creeps are going in the momentum. The creeps will now passively chip it.
But these wrecks aren't lasting a very long time. Fortify is being used. I mean, we're now 40 minutes into this game, so this is no early game Medusa. It's doing a lot of damage, but yeah, this is pretty huge. They're going onto Maposhka, they're going to blow him up instantly. BZT trying to get the spin off will be successful. Raw out onto the Slug. He didn't dark packed it. This could be dangerous. Hack held still and being brought down. Does manage to get off the Shadow Dance. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend thrown up into the air. They surround him. The BKB being popped by Afo. Meanwhile, they take down G on the sidelines. Gambit able to find themselves a fair few kills in this fight. Now towards Sayu as well. Sayu stuffs himself away from the Hack. The Slug struggling to find the kills here, struggling to get damage off. He now gets started on Dream with the epicenter coming in. The Burst Strike as well. Dream surrounded, getting hit up and brought down by Team Gambit with the perfect wraparound play, and were able to blow them up.
So yeah, Deuce's Sky still have buybacks, and it was really good execution by Gambit by ignoring the Deucer long enough that you can kill all the other heroes. Like, the Earthspit sat on the Skyruff. The Skyruff couldn't freely cast his spells. He was like, alright, okay, I gotta think about the Earthspit right now. How am I gonna get out of this? Okay, he missed his roll. Can I just TP out? Sand King then comes back in, stops the Sky TPing out. So it was really good to see Gambit going for all those key pickoffs, and then at the very end going, alright, now let's try and kill the raid boss, the guy that's really tanky. And now they just have to run down lanes and actually just force this Deuce to buyback. And then most likely either try and take the fight there, just because they know their buybacks are coming back up, or they just sit back, play defensive, go for Roshan. But I think they're going to want to actually try and achieve something.
Out. Yeah, but they're not going to be obvious about it. Roshan's still not up either.
It should be up within a couple minutes, I believe.
Yep, that timer is ticking down.
Yep. Should maybe even sooner than that. 15-20 seconds maybe? I think that's the time it says, yep. Go back into Roshan, lads. Have a little look.
3, 2, 1, and the Roshan is going to be up. Do they have... Oh, nope. I think that's a Hawk in there actually.
Oh, that is a Hawk, so does know, sorry, that is up. Do you know?
I do know, yeah.
Yeah, I do know.
Gambit do not, and they're actually moving in on the Shadow Fiend here, having to use that Manta quite early here. Now actually popping the BKB to get away from the silence of G. He would have died if he didn't do that, so that is fine. Meanwhile, Dahak getting jumped upon here he gets 4 stuff through the bouncy, the double damage rune. Oh my, FNG with the 4-star or Immersion. I'm not sure who, but that was a crazy 4-star to make sure he gets that double damage. But Immersion getting blown up pretty quickly right now.
Passively pushing him bottom, by the way. Sanking forced him in at the start of this fight.
Yeah, Immersion taking so much damage, though. He's actually going to go down on the low ground. They're just trying to wait out the Stone Gaze and maybe reinitiate. G doing ton of damage. FNG chased up onto the high ground. The Arcane Bolt. The Mystic flares. The double FNG caught out. Now the Burrow Strike comes down onto G. Sanking playing around with him. Meanwhile, Lark actually went bottom to try and take that tower. Was successful and now TP's himself away. The Medusa
really smart play by
gone.
the Slug. He ignored the entire team fight. He ran bottom, forced Medusa TP. Now instantly ran back into
Now the
Roshan
roar out onto
because he had
Immersion, forcing Sim away, trying to buy a little bit more space, but the Spirit is going to go down. He's sanking
That was a
on
dieback
the
on the
retreat.
Earth Spirit, by the way. He has no buyback now.
Yep, 95 seconds.
It's unfortunate that his team went so aggressive there. The Slug just made this play to force Medusa across the other side of the map. And then, rather than just focusing potentially on doing the Roshan, which they might have not been able to do, but it's now forced the Earth Spirit to just being dead.
Forced him into being dead. Meanwhile, Burrow Strike being used with the Epicenter as well. It does take down Maposhka. The split comes out from BZC. Afro needs to get himself out. The Sand King is dead. Does buy back, but Medusa kills Roshan, takes the Aegis, takes the cheese. G gets himself a Refresher Shard. This is looking scary for Gambit.
Again. Maybe he can get the melee racks. I can't see yet. Camera might go
He's
there.
pushing.
Wait.
He's pushing. The Lincolns gets popped, but the split is out. Sorry, not the split. The
Come on, mate, you got
swap.
this.
The swap. I got that.
There we go.
I got that. Now Dahak on the run. Sentry being placed, but Dahak, he's pretty far away from this. I don't think they're catching this luck.
Again, now, one lane taken top, 2 melees taken, 1 mid, 1 bottom. It's going to be good for Radiant just to be able to keep the lanes pushed towards Dire. But again, you're playing against a Medusa. She's building towards the Mjolnir. She's already very tanky. She's going to be able to keep these lanes pushed out.
As a Mjolnir, yeah.
Yeah.
Even against Mega Creeps, the Medusa will be able to keep the base, but in terms of actually pushing, yeah, Mega Creeps is definitely pretty much a win condition for Gambit, I would say.
I'm gonna say the word, and you might not like it, but there might even be a rapier this game if
What
it
do you
goes
mean
on.
I don't like it. You don't know me, sir. Easy. Going for the BKB TP out. Dahak will just say, all right, I'll take your Agi. Oh, I don't mind about that.
I very much appreciate this. Thank you for your service.
Quite a kind gift. Is this the case of... I mean, can Gambit actually wait this game out now? I mean, if we look at the scaling, the Skywrath doesn't do anything else. I mean, the Beastmaster's going to get a little scarier. Maybe Pushka might build into a couple of right-click items, but...
You can see the way that the Slug's trying to play this game is they're going to try and force Empire into a big engagement. Slug will just scurry off, take a range rack, come back, do it again, and like hopefully over time he might be able to take the 2 range racks because luckily they're only range racks, right? He doesn't have to chunk through an entire melee barracks.
Yeah.
So potentially he could slowly in the next 5-10 minutes sneak the mega creeps, but just because of how immobile that Dire are now. That's the only way I see Radiant slowly getting an advantage, because right now Empire, all they're going to do is going to plow down a lane and not care about this Slug right now, because this Deucer is something stupidly scary.
Also, Brewmaster has that Refresher Shard on him as well. It's not going to G or Style as I might have expected, but instead going for a double split. Now Slark, well, trying to kill some creeps, but yeah, they're just going for the tier 4s here. Gambit, they need to defend this. But they just can't. They just don't want to go anywhere near its Medusa. Bow strike through the backlines. The hacks come back. They're trying to blow up Maposhka, but meanwhile, Dream focusing on that Ancient. If Fortify is used, they will rip through Maposhka. Now they're looking towards G as well. Roar is used onto Immersion, keeping him down. Dream will blow him up very quickly. Indeed, the Epicenter is doing a beautiful job onto 3. Combo that up with the SFLT as well. Dream is the one getting low, but of course she has that Aegis, but they will kill her off for now. They need to keep her alive, but Sayo just trying to deal with the Ancient, and the Ancient is dead. They will take it. Empire with the GG push executed very, very well, and that will secure them the 3rd position in their group as they take down Gambit.
Yeah, Alpha Ninja at the start of that fight, he went and got the mega creeps and then came back, so it was like if we win that fight there, then it's going to be really hard. But yeah, it's good performance from Empire, just not giving up, even though they're behind multiple times in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fantastic fighting from both teams there. I didn't know who was going to win that one right until the last minute. Even they were fighting hard. They were going at each other like crazy. But in the end, unfortunately, the Sarg didn't pay off, and it was the Medusa who was the big core who came out and won that game for them, just being so scary on that front lines. And, you know, like, even though they actually turned around, they came to fight it. They killed the Medusa once. They were like, okay, good. We're keeping our throne alive by keeping this Medusa dead, even though she's got an Aegis. We focused her down. But the Beastmaster's still doing his thing, you know. He's got that inner beast. He's got the animals with him as well. He's just hacking away at that Ancient. He doesn't care.
Yeah, it's just the power of that draft is simply... like the Sky, he got picked off quite a lot, and the Shadow Fiend had a really poor game, right? The Shadow Fiend, in terms of the entire part of the game, it was like he was there as like as the mech carrier, just like a nuisance. But it was mainly the Slark and the Earth Spirit and the Sanking. Those three core heroes were really pumping out all like the team fights. So it was yeah, it was unfortunate to see Gambit obviously lose that game, but I don't think Shadow Fiend was the hero personally. I think any other hero that had a little bit more of an active and maybe potentially more presence in the game could have helped them. But yeah, again, it was Empire just holding on, knowing that do so in the late game will do work. Yeah, Beastmaster OP, please nerf, thanks.
Beastmaster insane. Medusa coming through once again for Team Empire. And that'll put them in 3rd position. So the group now stands with, I believe we have Elements Pro Gaming on the top, followed by Team Empire Hope, followed by Team Empire Faith, and then Gambit Esports in that 4th position. Unfortunately, Hypermaniacs will not be advancing any further in this tournament. So GG's to them, as we have a couple of these highlights coming in. And G felt like G was kind of lacking in impact this game, but to be honest, he held them out through the mid game pretty damn well, scoring them a few clutch kills onto Slark and a couple of the Shadow Fiend as well. Kind of definitely slowed Gambit down enough for them to really come back into this match.
Yeah, so the Skyroth was... It felt strong in the laning phase, as you'd expect it to, but it's the way that the Slark moved around the map and just picked off the Sky, knowing that his item build will allow him just to be food for the Slark, was pretty good. But luckily, the Sky maintained having impact throughout the game, getting some of those big silences off, getting the Aghanims and getting the big ult. So it was just good just to see the Sky progressing and not being one of those kind of heroes where he has a good start, then he gets really hard shot down, and he can't find his place back in the game.
Sanking here in the bottom lane, just trying to juke everybody and staying alive. And I think he was running in those trees for such a long time before this
really
moment in the highlights.
Like when you look at it again, like the Sanking's on such low HP, and most people would have just double-clicked their TP, sat back in base, and watched his team take the fight. But he sat there inside Sandstorm, looking for the detection, knowing that no one was coming at him, healing up, and then he takes the blink, gets the stuns out, and helps his team progress and take those deep dives.
Yep, turns it around in an impressive way. And, wow. The aerial shot of the SF ulti going off. That's something I've never seen before,
there was a Rapier. I wish the game got to Rapier stage. That would have been wonderful.
Yeah, we didn't get to see a Rapier today or yesterday.
Yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice, but oh well, it happened.
And yeah, that was a bit of a crazy Roche fight. Afo did actually pick up the Aegis, but died quickly afterwards. The hack as well. I mean, they just went all in for this Roshan, and they get the Aegis. They take the Aegis away from Empire, which I guess is good, but at the same time, you lose both your cores afterwards. It's not ideal.
Yeah, not at all. When you lose both cores, I don't think that's simple logic.
Never be considered by anybody to be ideal. And this is the final fight. As you see, as Aegis is getting chopped down. I mean, Sai is pretty much hitting the Ancient the entire time. He doesn't hit a hero once. He just throws down the Roar, keeps going, keeps hacking away. Same with the Medusa, just going into it. You know, BZZ doing his best to disrupt. Medusa's dead, but guess what?
There's
your
the
Ancient.
little Beastmaster, yeah.
Yep. So
and
is
also,
your Ancient.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Alrighty then, that is going to tie it up for us. I hope you have enjoyed our coverage over the past 2 days. We'll be throwing it over to the more than capable, I believe Breaky CPK will be keeping you through. I'm not sure who he's with. I think it might be somebody.
Yeah, anyone but us. I think that's what we're saying.
It's not us from now on. So we will leave you for the WePlay Winter Madness. I hope you enjoy your time with the other guys, and with DJ Wild shows his face again for the end of the game. But we are out, and congratulations to, of course, the teams which made it through, especially to Team Elements Pro Gaming, who came top of this group. And I'm excited to watch the rest of this tournament. TeaGuv, thank you very much for casting with me. And
thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. And we'll see you guys. Don't forget to throw us a follow on Twitter if you enjoyed the cast. And, of course, check out these guys for the rest of the stream, as they're going to be doing a great job.